Hello and welcome to Evolution Vision, my news commentary and analysis program. If you like what you see, please like, subscribe, share, and/or comment. Constructive criticism is welcomed. As citizens of the world, we've all been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. And if you're anything like me, your screen time has gone up. One app that has recently gained a lot of popularity is the Chinese video sharing app TikTok. I'm not on the app, but I've seen its contents spill out to other platforms. According to an article on The Intercept, TikTok has been allegedly engaging in algorithmic punishments, which, in my opinion, seems a lot worse than Twitter jail. According to leaked memos, TikTok did not want new users to allegedly see posts by people with abnormal body shapes, chubby, and the list goes on. Basically, TikTok was, again, allegedly, preventing new users from seeing posts by people deemed too ugly, fat, poor, old and wrinkly, disabled, or gay. When reached for commentary, the company said some posts were suppressed because they didn't want people to be bullied. Seems to me like a weird way to prevent bullying. TikTok also allegedly suppresses political speech, but that's to be expected. So, yeah, if you're on TikTok and your content isn't taking off the way you think it should, maybe, you know what? I'm not even going to go there. This social distancing has been more physical than virtual. And with the rise of Zoom meetings, there has been a rise in what the FBI is referring to as Zoom bombings. Zoom bombings happen when uninvited guests log onto Zoom meetings and drop inappropriate content. I spoke to a friend who works in computer security to find out what you can do to be more secure online. 1. Uninstall unused apps. 2. Review and update privacy settings on apps. 3. Set up two-step verification on email. 4. When browsing websites, make sure you're on HTTPS websites. The S stands for secure. 5. If possible, set up a VPN when working from home. And speaking of protection, whenever you step outside your home, please, please, please wear a mask. If you don't have one, make one, or simply wear a bandana or scarf over your mouth and nose. Why should you wear a mask? You should wear a mask to reduce the spread of the coronavirus. Wearing masks can and will prevent the spread of the virus. Initially, researchers at the CDC recommended that only those with symptoms wear masks. But since a lot of people spreading the coronavirus have no symptoms, the CDC director estimates that about 25% of people spreading the virus have no symptoms. It just makes sense for everyone to wear them. I don't want to be an alarmist, but this is a serious situation. Dismissing this as something that only affects the elderly and those with pre-existing conditions will only continue to exacerbate an already delicate situation. And the reality is that most of us in the United States do have pre-existing conditions. According to the CDC, 34 million Americans have diabetes, 32 million Americans have asthma, 42% of adults in the United States are obese, and almost half the country is at risk for heart disease. Basically, we all know someone or are someone with an underlying condition. Lastly, I know everyone doesn't have the privilege of staying home, but those of us who do should try to be home as much as possible. Let's try to make it easier for healthcare professionals and service workers who are carrying this country on their backs during this pandemic. Stay home. We all know someone who spends their money on the wrong things. Outfits are always popping, but their breath smells like death and their toes look like poo. That person is the United States, spending money on glitz and glamour. Meanwhile, the things that truly matter are underfunded. So I wonder, Will this pandemic make people realize that healthcare and properly funding hospitals is a right and not a privilege? The people want to know.